hydrate. Hello there and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me for my second story time video. Today's story time kind of goes off of the last one. The last one I discussed kind of how I moved back and forth between two towns that were, right next to each other essentially. And the huge difference that I saw in both of them. The small town school that I spoke about, that there was a lot of bullying, obviously, with me developing my unicorn horn, or whatever you want to have it, my Pocahontas spot. There was a lot of bullying, especially from the girls. They were absolutely vicious. And when I moved to a bigger school, I didn't see that. It was actually a lot more accepting. When I was at my bullying school, there was one specific girl that really picked me out. I'm gonna give her a name, just a name. Say Betsy. Betsy was just this mean girl who thought that she was way better than everybody else. In fact, I remember her bullying about my period. Like, what? And I was just trying to, go in, do my business, get out, and go. So Betsy asked me, she said, have you had your period yet? To me, that's not normal. That's not a normal conversation to have randomly with someone that's not a close friend of yours in the bathroom. I felt very cornered and pressured to where if I didn't have my period yet, I'm not cool. So be it. So, have you had your period yet? Yeah, I have. 7th grade is what you do. Yeah, I've got it. I got my period. Did you? She's like, yeah. And I use tampons. I bet you use pads. Super weird. Very strange. I tell her, no, I use tampons. Cool girls use tampons. She just flat out made fun of me for it. It was very strange. And then literally a couple days later, she made fun of my lips. Because my lips are very, they come up in the usual, just the very triangulated. It was huge, like to where you would see celebrities and whoever doing their lipstick to where it was just a straight, like they just had two triangles on their lips and that was the thing to do. And I decided I was going to put some lipstick on one day. My lips just so happened to be shaped like that. So I had worn lipstick to school because I felt pretty, I felt empowered, it was 7th grade, like I was really getting into makeup at that point in time. And I vividly remember I was getting a drink from the water fountain and Betsy came up and I could just feel her like negative, nasty presence like staring down at me, judging with her eyes. And I came up from getting a drink. I don't know, it's dramatic motion, but I like got up from getting a drink and was like, hello, hi. She was like, I saw your lipstick. That's fake. You're just drawing those little triangles and that's fake. Like everybody knows, and you don't actually have lips like that, do you? I said, yeah, actually I do. No, you don't. Oh, okay, Betsy, that's, I know about my lips. I know where my scars are. That's my lips. And quite frankly, who cares? Like, maybe it's this new day and age that we're in, like, who cares? Who cares what kind of, I'm gonna keep hitting this desk. That girl, I know, did anything and everything to make me feel like absolute shit every time that I was at school, every day I spent at school. She made sure to take her time to remind me I was never going to be anything and that I was never going to have friends and I was never going to be popular. And to me, I was like, oh, okay. That was the stuff I never really cared about at that point in time. Believe it or not, in 7th grade, I was like, oh, I wish people, I had more friends and stuff, especially in that school. But for her to say that, on a daily basis at the school, I just believed it. I was like, well, okay, well, I'm here. I'm gonna focus on my school stuff and I'm gonna float along. If I make friends along the way, then so be it. That upcoming summer after 7th grade, we moved back to my original, like, first town that I started school at. And this was 8th grade, and I will never, never once forget the first day of 8th grade back in my old hometown. Everybody would get dropped off, and everybody goes up to the front doors waiting for them to unlock. Where we had moved to, there were multiple people that lived close to me that was going to be in my class and that I had gone to school with, kindergarten to 3rd grade with. Somehow they remembered me, and I connected with them the summer before school started. Just a few of them, and of course they were all guys because, again, I'm a huge tomboy. I remember my first day of school back, walking up to those doors, everybody's packed. You know, it's kind of like one of those, you're late to the dance or something, or you're late to something and everybody's already there. That's kind of what it was. It felt like my entire class was waiting at the doors, and I was the last one to show up. I was wearing intentionally what I thought was a replica of something Britney Spears wore, which was like the schoolgirl skirt, knee-high socks, and a button-up. And I walked up to the doors, terrified of, okay, how's this gonna go? People that lived by me and others that remembered who I was from 3rd grade, now 8th grade, turned and was like, oh my God, Rachel, hi! Oh my gosh, like that immediately just changed everything for me. That was it. That made me go, okay, like there's different people. There isn't Betsy's everywhere, you know, this mean girl isn't everywhere. And that there are people out there that understand that, you know, it's not 100% of what you look like. It's not what you do for a living. It's not who you hang out with. It's not what your parents do. Everybody's different. Everybody has a different financial background. Everybody has their own opinions. Everybody's different. That's it. Everybody's different. And that's okay. That's it. In my opinion, like, bullies try to make themselves feel better, obviously, by belittling or making someone else feel less than them. And once they can convince somebody to feel less than them, then it kind of confirms their validation, their self-validation of, okay, I am better than them, because, well, they're believing it. At this new school, that wasn't the trend. That wasn't the norm in my school, and I'm very, very thankful. I graduated with that class, and they were some of the most amazing people that I had the ability or the opportunity to meet. So if you're watching this and you went to school with me, hi, thank you. Thank you. Not everybody was, you know, 100% on board with the whole love and everything, but it's okay. You know, we're not perfect. We all have our own judgmental times. I've been there. I do that myself. You know, I catch myself, but at least I'm trying to catch myself. So, and it has to be a pretty extreme case for me to make an outward judgment on something, such as scrolling through Facebook. You know, if I see something I don't like or I don't agree with, oh, okay, move on. I'm not going to sit here and argue with somebody or push my beliefs on somebody else. I'm not in front of a jury. I don't have to make a case for anything. I know my beliefs and my truths, and again, that's all that matters. So I hope you enjoyed today's video on bullying and my experiences with it. If you liked what you saw, please be sure to subscribe down below and hit that like button. And also, if you hit the bell, it'll notify you every time I post a new video. And I'm going to be trying to post at least 2 videos a week, usually about Wednesday, Saturday span. I haven't nailed it down yet, but I do know I want to do 2 videos a week. So make sure to tune in, hit that bell so that you know every time that I do. Give me some feedback down below, and thanks for stopping by. Bye, guys.